Hey, what's up guys? Nightmare5015 here, doing another lightning round, which seems to be the only thing I really have time for, considering how many mocks I still have, how many haven't been reviewed, and how many are constantly getting remade, which consists of about 90% of this video. First up, someone who hasn't seen Remake in a while, is LazyBurg. And actually, he has undergone two separate versions. This one is a slightly more refined version. The original was basically LazyBurg's frame with a couple of different, with parts from a separate mock that was broken apart put on it, just slapped on, just out of nowhere. It turned out, it looked okay, but functionality-wise, it was crap. So I decided to go and remake it anyway. Besides, I've been wanting to give LazyBurg, the big thing I revamped was his arms, because as you can see here, they now pose at the elbow. So he could, if he wanted to, cross his arms. Still got basically the same weapons. The only difference is this is no longer a spear. It's been kind of cut down to size. Looks good though. Legs, pretty much the same as they were before, except for the shin armor and the fact that it's a different leg piece. Also, I've got these little details on the side here, just little detailing parts. He now has a chain belt, which his sword actually will slot into, and on his back, instead of his spear, is now a second sword that he can use. Goes right on his back where the spear used to be. Really not much changed about him, other than his chest and his arms. And his weapons, which, hold on a second, there is one more. Crap, fell over. One more change. He now has this. Quite cool looking in my opinion, but put on him. He's still on his back here. Give me a second. I've fallen and I cannot get up. Aye. Alright then. Now, what's great is that I now have a fucking... I have a flippin' stand for my flip. I have a tripod for it now, so I can actually stand it up. Of course, I picked it up anyway, but whatever. Yeah, I think all things considered, that revamp went fairly well, considering I didn't do much to him. So, without further ado, up to the next revamp. One who hasn't seen any changes in a long time. It's actually been a while since I edited him at all, is Calimax here. Let me just angle the camera there. Now, the first thing you probably notice is that his head is completely different. Well, not completely different. The mask is different. Like, he doesn't have those two chest plates on him anymore. Which looked cool, granted that, but, I found out that this looked cooler, in my opinion. Also, shoulders are no longer asymmetrical. You can see that they're both basically the same, you know, armor plates. And his chest, he's got this little thing going around. Not sure what exactly I put that there for, but I thought it looks cool. Fills in some detail. He's got chains here now, crisscrossing his chest. His legs are exactly the same. The only things that are different are his arms and his hands. I believe this weapon is new. Rotates off of his shield. It's been so long since I fucking changed him, I don't remember anything. Sorry, profanity, my bad. Let's see, here we've got, I think that's new. The shoulders are basically, and arms are extremely posable. They're basically parts from the Fire Lord, which my brother got. His axe, take this off here. Same axe head, although the rest of it has changed. It's shorter now, so it's more of a hand axe, and it's not gigantic. So he can hold it in one hand, but still deal a pretty heavy blow with it. Yeah, that's basically it. That's it for him. Next up, quick revamp, not too much to speak of, but, Rivax. actually got a bit of an upgrade. God, he's too huge. Okay, you can see there, he's now got these on his wings. Two of them for each wing, which gives him a bit more size. Sword, same as last time I showed you, although what you won't find out is that it used to be on layer racks. That was part of his previous iteration, his other update before I changed him again. Legs, basically the same. The only difference is I double stacked his feet and I took the shin plates off and put him here. Also, he now has a spear, which used to be his blade, but is now a spear. Yay, that's all for him. Last, and not least of the revamps by any stretch, good old Nightmare. And my god, was I proud of this one. Now, first off, you'll notice that his shoulders are much, much bulkier than they used to be. Mainly this one. The first thing I wanted to do with him was give him the posable elbow joint. As you can see, I did that with both of his arms. Small arm also replaced the hand joint. It's a completely different design, it just uses different parts. Similar parts, my bad. And this, the claw, is actually the same, which I kind of regret, because I would have liked to have changed it, but didn't get around to it. The arm. The one problem I have with how I did this is this. I mean, it looks good, and it actually poses pretty well. It's got the full range of motion, but it's clacking on his head there. Just see, look. Another change is his chest plate. It's not as close to his chest as it was before, because see, now he's got that little yellow thing in there to create some space, and he's got a tube sticking up there. He's got a lot more spikes on him than he did before. Like, you can see 2 spikes here, there's a spike there, there's a spike there. There's, I believe those ones on his head weren't there before. I may be wrong. Probably have to look at that first. Spikes on his thighs. Spikes on his feet. Feet are the same, but I changed the shin armor. Still got the cape, and his fold here. Added these to him, make him a little bulkier looking. He's got a couple chains running down his sides now, and the sword is the same. The only difference is I tweaked it so that he could hold it, and it still fits on his back, so that's a bonus. Alright, that's enough of him. And his chain broke off, I'll get to that later. Now, a new mock. Or rather, an old mock that has not yet been reviewed. Once again, I have to present you with blah 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 blah. Me and my words. Present it to you without a name, because I never thought of one, and that's poor planning on my part. This one is actually old, like really old. I've had it for a while now. What's cool about this mock is the it's not custom. It's built around the regular old what is it now? The Ignica body, but it looks very cool with all these pipings and attachments connected to it. The only thing I would change is the arms, just because of the inflexibility of this particular joint. See the arm guards there. The shoulders are actually made out of axes, which I thought was cool. You know, cool looking idea, to say the least. His legs are basically the same as Zyrax's. Only difference is the double stacked feet and the chain running here, and the fact that these aren't actually locked in place like Zyrax's are. He's got the flexible waist, and if I take off this for a second, you can kind of see the body a little better. Let me just pop his whole head off here. You know what? That's connected to it. Never mind. See, he's got a cord running into his head. It gives him more of a cybernetic look. His weapon, super basic, just a pole with an axe on the end of it. I'm not sure I want to leave that on him because I didn't feel like it fit his character when I first put it there. He also has, one second here, a gun, which also kind of doesn't even look like a gun. It looks more like a taser, but, you know, whatever. It looks like you could stab someone with that thing and do nasty bit of tasering, if I do say so myself. And that's it for this lightning round, which I'm probably going to have to stop calling a lightning round because it's all I really have time for anymore. Can't do these reviews one by one. Alright, Nightmare 5015 signing out. See you guys.